the Plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. He'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We can look at this Bronco defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jordan. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. This one caught by Osborne, right side. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Again, it's Harvey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Now it's Nix. Open man is playing. He's got it. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. J. Harvey. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Palmer. That's caught. It's a rookie from Oregon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Jordan. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. You look at this Bronco defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
Palmer will throw. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Palmer now. That is caught. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run on first down. It's Jordan. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So nothing doing there. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Palmer. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot.
Now Palmer to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, it's Palmer. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Palmer. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Palmer. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Here's Nix. That's complete to White. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw, here's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harvey. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Bombers. Go. Hold on a second. Ready.
Here's Nix once more. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Broncos 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll find Osborne here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. But I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Second and 7. Here's Palmer to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. The first catch of the ball game there for Metcalf, and a first down to boot.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now Palmer. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Second and 10.
Let's go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Jordan. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Nix to the air. And he whips that one incomplete there.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Nix. He's got a man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Nix going to give to Hardy. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing Nix. He's got White here. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Nix. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd down and 8.
Out of the gun, Palmer. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Palmer.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
On play action, here's Nix.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, a run with Harvey.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix.
He'll swing this out to Harvey.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Back to throw. Nix.
That'll be complete to Harvey.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
R.J. Harvey.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14. Steelers, nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by John A. Barron.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
This one caught by Osborne, right side.
It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
17. Steelers, nothing.
Forecast for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Hold on, set. Ready. 180.
Looking to throw. Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jordan.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Palmer. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Operating from the gun, Nix.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle they go. Schaefer. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
From midfield now, here's Palmer.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Palmer to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
3rd and 2. They'll go play action with Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now he'll try to run with this.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he rifles one incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A run here with Harvey. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here we go, set.
Palmer will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jahdae Barron. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. and they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Palmer. Now, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And it's taken in at the 9. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. So after the interception, here's Palmer. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And some room to work. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Almost done. Ready. 37.
On 1st down, back to Harvey.
And some room to maneuver. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Bryant has it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
They run straight ahead with Harvey.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
Toss to Harvey, running right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
On 3rd down, Harvey.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well.